Alrighty. Hello, hello. Um, I am going to use a chair today. So that is my chair. It is smooth and slippery. If you have a different chair, you can use it. Even if you have a couple of blocks, you can use those or a physio ball. That's going to be a little bit more challenging, but we're going to do exercise on and with the chair. And let's just start seated. Let me frame myself. There we go. All right, starting seated, coming down onto your chair. If you have a chair, if you haven't got a chair, go get a chair. And ideally, like this is a great one, this fold-up chair. It's smooth on the edges so I can slide around on it. This is like I got this a while ago at one of the big stores for like $8. Now I think they're probably like $13, but it's a good chair for this work. So we're going to start with a breath. You're just going to inhale. All right, so let's lift our shoulders up and then exhale, let it drop. Inhale. All right, shoulders lift, exhale, drop. Inhale. Arch, exhale, inhale. Lift shoulders to your ears, exhale, drop. We're going to get a little bit more active with that. You're going to inhale, up, exhale, drop it out. Inhale, up, exhale, reach it out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So as your shoulders are going up, think of your breath going down in your diaphragm as if you could see something different. I'm wearing pink and pink. So shoulders are going up, the diaphragm's going down. So we're creating a lot of space in this torso, in our lungs. One more. Good. Inhale up to the ceiling. Interlace your hands, shifting from side to side. Let this shift have a little fluidity. So it's like your weight is shifting and it's rippling through your body, rippling through your spine from your sit bones up through your body. And I'm adding just a little bit of front back, a little bit of twisting into that. So a little bit of forward, backward, along with my side, side. And then I'm going to come in. I'm just going to circle my shoulders. And then the other way, up and over. And then I'm going to come to the edge of my chair because it's easier to balance. And I guess I could take this off so that you can actually see. But it's a little chilly in here and I just haven't felt like turning the heat up that high. So from here, I'm going to circle my ribs, diaphragm, lungs, circling around. And do this without adding tension. Think of your body doing it in the most efficient manner possible, where you're not driving the car with the brakes on, change direction, but you're letting your body slide and glide around. Rib cage, diaphragm moving over your organs, and also like around your heart and lungs. So as this movement's happening, our heart and lungs in there are getting this little internal massage. We could also say that our lungs are squeezing and hugging our heart, and that our heart is responding back, right, with movement as well. And of course, blood flow is going into the lungs, coming back with oxygen, right? So we have these very intricately woven systems that are working together. And we don't want to think of them as kind of like these blocked up things that aren't moving. When we move, they move. So let's just play with a little bit of lightness and movement in our arms. So it's like you're finding this flow of energy from the center out to the edge and coming back in. In Laban, we call that navel radiation, from the navel out to the edges and coming back. Or we could think of it being like a starfish, radiating out, opening up, and coming back in. Letting your body take the lead. So, oh, it might be interesting to go here or to go here. Sometimes I think we've shut off our natural movement so much that what do I need to do? let that idea go and just be playful. Play with movement, play with radiating away from center and coming back in. You can add the legs, right? I can radiate out and bring it back, reach it out and bring it back. That would be really growing and expanding out into the universe and then coming back into myself. Like on some level, this kind of pulsing is happening all the time. All right, we're going to get a little bit more specific. You're going to arch, stick out your tail, arch it all the way down, drop your head, and then roll up through your spine. So big spinal movement, chest, lungs, heart opening, taking it all the way down. Relax your neck and roll it up. Inhale, arch and open, drop it down, hollow and curl and roll it up. Lengthen through the top, chest, lungs, heart opening, taking it down, soften and release and roll it up. And one more, arch, 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 take it down and roll it up. We're going to change direction, diving forward, rolling it through, lengthening out and arching up. Get tall, up over the top, rounding your spine, take it forward and down, lift, arch, open. You can go back a little bit if you want to, and then up over the top, round your spine, take it down, lift up and over. So big head-tail connection, spinal movement, lengthening through. Last one. And let's do it sideways. You're just going to take it from one side to the other. So head is initiating the movement side to side. Head initiates, goes through the ribs to the pelvis, and even one butt cheek lifts off a little bit. So I'm getting a lot of side ripple, letting my shoulders be easy, heart open. Ah, oh, the joy of moving. I feel like it's like a Cindy Lou Who with her community. Wahoo, wahoo. Really open and expansive. Anyway, coming back in, let's spiral. And then the other way, going back and forth. And then taking your legs, you're just going to reach it out, flex your foot, point, and fold. Reach, flex, point, fold, extend, flex, point, fold, extend, flex, point. Well, it doesn't have to be high, it can just be straight out, point, fold, extend, flex, point, fold. I'm sliding on my chair. Flex, point, fold. We're going to change it on the next one. You're going to reach it out, flex, rotate your leg out, rotate in, point, touch it down, up, flex, turn out, turn in, point, and down, up. Flex your foot, rotate, rotate, point, down, up, flex, out, in, point, lower, up, flex, out, in, point, lower, up, flex, out, in, point, lower, extend, flex, rotate, rotate, point, lower, up, flex, out, in, point, and come down. So you probably feel your quads there. We're going to do a little, you're going to take it sideways. See if you can do a quad stretch here, grabbing up. So if that feels okay, you've got your foot in your hand, you can push back a little bit if that feels okay. Or maybe not, right? You might be struggling with this. From here, I'm just going to take my knee back a little further and then release. Taking the knee back a little and release. And it's my leg doing the work. And release and back and release. There's squeaky deaky. Taking it to the other side. Grab on. If you can't grab, sometimes if you have a sock, you could use that or your pant leg. Bring it in, taking the knee back. And again, you can, take it, play with it. Don't hurt yourself. Be gentle. I'm going to push my knee back and release, pushing it back and release. And I'm doing that with my leg, like my hand isn't doing the work. Woo! Oh, I tried to show you that without my hand. I got a total hamstring cramp. We're going to do more hamstring work in a minute, but this is really quad reaching back, a little bit of hamstring work with that. Last one, and come in. And I'm just going to roll out. So here's an opportunity. If you have a smooth chair like I do, I can roll out my hamstring, just rolling on the edge of this chair, right? I'm getting this edge under my hamstring to massage it out. And I can do it with my foot on the floor, or I can wiggle. Sometimes we think we need all this equipment, like, oh, I need my foam roller, I need my this, I need my that. But often things that we have around the house, like a regular old chair, can do the work of rolling it out too. So I can also do this. I can turn my leg in and out. So I'm going to show you this a little bit on an angle. Here's the edge of my chair. Here I am. Just going to rotate in and out. So I'm getting into my hamstring, the fascia, and I'm coming up. Do it on the other side. I'm going to work my way down, and then I'm going to come back up, rotating in and out. So I'm getting a lot of differentiated movement inside my hamstring. We're gonna get to actually working our hamstrings in a minute, but let's just do a little bit more up here. Okay, opening out. You're gonna take it into a side stretch. That foot is reaching away. Drop it down towards the floor. You're gonna circle your arm back, and then in a really sagittal position, so we're in the wheel plane, arching up and back. You're gonna open up, spiral, twist, look around behind you, pick up your back foot, and then serve the sandwiches to everybody in the room. We're on the other side. I like to flex and reach, so I feel this opposition. And then I turn down toward the floor, circle my arm back, coming up, arching back, letting it circle all the way around, twisting to the back of the room, picking up the back leg, and then serving the sandwiches. That's the whole thing. Side stretch, circle it down, drop your head, come up, arch back, spiral, pick up the back leg. Sandwiches for all your friends. Side stretch. Take it down. Come up, circle back, arch, spiral, and twist. Sandwiches for everyone. The whole board meeting. Sideways, keep going. Come up, spiral, open it out. Sideways, take it down, surrender and let go. Arch and open. Exalted moment, spiral, and lift and come back. That's it. That's it. We're going to take it down to, you could do that for a little while, right? But I feel like I'm kind of feeling a little bit lazy today. And I am also not going to do the longest class today. So I'm going to bang it out and get it in there. That sounds, I don't know, maybe that sounds bad. Banging it out, getting it in there. What is she talking about? All right, let's take it down onto the floor. You're going to put your legs up on your chair. Make sure you have a chair. The chair is on a mat or something so it's not going to slip. I'm just going to pick myself up and I'm going to let my pelvis rock from side to side. So I'm going to relax as much as I can. In this moment of dropping down into the earth, if you can relax any physical tension in your body as much as possible, any emotional tension in your body, let that go. Just softening into the moment, any mental, thinky tension, let that go. Just land in this. So like I'm using my legs. I'm using a little bit just to pick up and I'm swinging like the old fashioned porch swing, letting my pelvis swing, letting my inner body have some free flow. And then I'm going to take it into a more hamstringy, more back body working, pressing up and coming back down. This actually feels, my hamstrings are engaged. It's not super hard. When I'm lifting and opening, I'm going to scooch myself a little further down my chair so that now it's on my calves. And I'm going to just rotate in and out with my legs, letting this massage through my calves, which are really tight because I did a performance on cement. So, it really makes a difference what kind of surfaces we're walking on, what kind of shoes we're wearing, or barefoot. Like everything, every surface is not created equal for our system. Let's come in and we're going to go up again. And this time you're going to just have some more free flow with your pelvis. So I'm lifting up higher, working my back body, working my hamstrings, and letting myself move a little bit here so that there's some movement in my spine, movement in my whole torso, movement in my legs. You can ripple and wave if that feels good or interesting. Like, can you roll it up in a wave? Can you take it down in a wave? Ah, and then let that go. Come in. If you want to make this a little bit more, also you can take your feet to the edge and go up. I knew that the wall Pilates, I keep seeing it on Instagram. Anyway, I feel like whenever anyone tells you that they have this wonderful answer and it's the only thing you need, I always kind of feel like that's total bullshit. Not total bullshit. Some of what they have is going to be right, but it isn't the only thing you need. We need a real variety of movement in our movement repertoire for maximal health in our bodies. A variety is going to be great. You can take it so that one leg goes up. This is playtime on your chair. Find different things. Good. And bring it down. And if you actually have one of these chairs and you really want to go die hard on your calves, you can take it down through the other hole and just roll on that thinner line. Try to find a place where it's not so painful that it's adding tension, but where you can go, oh, I can relax a little bit. I can relax a little bit. So that's the one thing. Sometimes with foam rollers or with, I know that the chiropractor has like that, like metal knife that blade that like clears, fascia blaster. If it's causing you a lot of tension while they're doing it, it's not always the best thing. I mean, I have to say, I have had some good results with that from my chiropractor. But it's not something we want to always do. We want to be listening into our body. How much tension is the right amount of tension? All right, let's come off of this. We're going to come up to standing, facing your chair, and we'll work with our spine. So free flow movement in the spine, or just cat cow. You can arch and curl. Maybe start with a cat cow and then see how you might play with that to make it different. Right? This is essentially the beginning of the chair piece that I do call pushed. Starts with all of this like head, tail, spinal play with the chair. And if you're doing this, as you start to like let your weight go forward and back, you're going to get some work in your arms as well. So let yourself play. You can push through. Head, tail, waking up your spine, giving your arms a chance to actually bear your weight some of this time as well. And like this kind of position where I'm holding the sides is different than this, right? So having your hands like that is going to give your wrists a little bit more break than having your hands like that, especially if you have wrist issues. So this is maybe one way of being able to do some stuff where you're weight bearing in your arms, like you could be here. Just playing with that movement of shifting your weight forward onto your arms and taking it back. If your chair is rickety and you don't know if it's gonna stand your weight, then don't do the thing, right? Be intelligent about your play. Let's start to add a little bit of free flow movement with the legs. So reaching out, you can take one leg, just see what can happen while you're there. Shifting, crossing your midline in the back, crossing your midline in the front, seeing how that works. Right? Opening out, giving that leg some freedom, feeling how it connects onto your body. Whenever you're ready, switch it to the other side. So this is a little bit more free flow class. Play, listen to your own body. Try new things. That's how we learn. And play is a great way for learning. So playing with the possibilities. You can also play with, let's go opposite arm to leg. See what that is like. What can happen in here? Opposite arm and leg, having some freedom. Contralateral pattern in this sort of weird, almost quadruped position. Change it to the other side whenever you're ready. Trying different things. Let it go. Come into something neutral. We're going to take it all the way down to the floor. I'm going to get rid of the chair because I need to actually do some rolling on the floor. I also am finding that it's either a dust factor or it's the air, the pollen, but I'm having a little bit of allergy stuff going on. Coming into the earth, just let yourself roll from side to side, massaging out, imagining that you are a body of water, which you are, and just letting that body of water slosh from side to side, like a wave or like a lava lamp. You are the wax or whatever the oil inside the lava lamp is, and just let that move, massaging out your back, letting the water in your body really nestle down into the planet, nestling into the earth, softening and melting. Again, inviting any mental tension to just melt away, or some of it, 5%. Any emotional tension, any heart tension to melt away, and any physical tension to just reabsorb within your body and compost. So we're not holding on to it, we're letting it move through. Coming in, just knee dropping from side to side, easy. And then let's take it so that you're going to knee drop and just press onto that side. Drop it down, knee drop. I am just pushing up and reaching out. This might feel weird, and if it's too much to go onto that bottom shoulder, don't do it. The alternate version is just to press your pelvis up and come back down, just the pelvis. But if you can go for that kind of coming onto your side and reaching, pushing into the bottom shoulder, you're going to get into a little bit more of an arch in your spine. Last one. And bring it in. Let's go back up. Circles with your pelvis from here. Breathing, go the other way. And then roll it down. Take your arms and legs up in the air. Give them a shake. Free up your spine. Let it go. And then take a happy baby pose. In your happy baby, wiggle around as if you are a happy baby. What would it be like to be a happy baby? Let yourself roll back and forth. Take it into a plow if that feels good. And then we're going to flip it over. Take it into a quadruped here. Feet wide, hands wide. You're just going to circle around wrist, ankle, ankle, wrist. Shifting your weight. And change direction other way. My knees are bent. I'm not in a full downward dog. And then take it in. Walk your feet together. Come into a downward dog. Lift your heels. Scoop your belly in. Round your spine. Roll it forward. We're going to take it all the way down. Arch. Lift. Curl your toes under. Drop your head. Roll it up to the ceiling. And then lower your heels. Heels high. Scoop your belly in. Round your spine. Roll it forward. Take it all the way down. Push. Arch. Lift. Round your spine. Tail to the ceiling, lower your heels. One more. Up and over. Roll it forward like a wave. Lower it down. Push through. Curl and round. And let's take the right leg up to the ceiling, open it out to the side, hit the ceiling, and drop it down. Left leg up to the ceiling, carry it to the side, up to the ceiling and lower. Right, up and to the side. Kick it up, lower, left, up to the side. Kick it up and lower. One more time each side, just 3 on each side. Last one. And come down, giving your wrists a break. You're going to come onto your forearms and just roll the back of your hand, front of your hand, massaging through your forearm. Good. And come in. Let's just go back to breathing. Standing up on your feet. Big breath. Inhale, open. Exhale. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Letting go of tension, melting, softening your inner body. Inhale, open. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Blah, 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 blah. Letting go of any sticky stuff that you're holding on to, anything that's not serving you, any yucko. Let go of that. One more. Inhale and exhale. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. So that is it for today. Just a little short 26 minutes and 21 seconds. If you are there in TD land, please make a comment, like, subscribe, share. Consider supporting me on Patreon or buying me a coffee. This content is entirely free. I do not get anything from YouTube, so please consider supporting my work. And have an excellent day.